Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. This time we are playing as the Netherlands. I decided that what I'm going to do is try to, I guess, survive the war. I am not going to join the Axis or the Allies. If possible, I'm going to fight to try and take advantage of the situation and grow as powerful as I can. I already have a large number of units over here, which I might be able to take advantage of. I obviously do not want to start a war against Australia. At least not yet. I probably don't want to start a war against England. However, could be very beneficial is taking Belgium, since Belgium would give me territory here and here, plus the resources, which should be pretty good for, okay, or not, 2 tungsten, not really worth it. And I have all the rubber, oil, and a little bit of aluminum. Nice. Those will both prove useful. I'm going to leave this fleet intact. What do we want to do with troops? You know, we're going to leave them there for now. What I need to do is start building up. I need to prepare for a war with Germany, but preferably with Belgium. This would be a good addition, I think, and would probably give me a much stronger position in Europe. But we're going to figure it out. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to go with this. I'm not 100% sure what my long-term goals are going to be. I don't need oil or rubber. That's good. However, one thing I absolutely have to have. Absolutely need these. And I'm going to need iron. We'll do support equipment. We'll do interwar fighters. I'm not going to push bombers right now. My primary concern with going the bomber route is that I need to defend myself. More than anything, I need to defend myself. I am going to pump as many factories in as I can, and I'm going to fortify. I know that it's probably pointless fortifying against the German front, but I'm going to do it. I need to try, you know? Let's do industrial effort first. That's probably going to be a big deal. Who can I get steel from? The US. We will take steel from the US. Okay. And now we go. And really, it's not... There's not much to do at this point but wait. And a lot of this is going to be waiting. However, I can grab my units, put them together, and put them on the front with Germany. That way I can already be digging in and get some dig-in bonus. Plus, I will start them training and give them a leader. Interesting. Panzer Leader and Frontier Buster, or Fortress Buster. That's a interesting combination, but we'll take it. And they are literally nothing but infantry. And fewer infantry. Okay, well, we sit, we wait, we let things go their own way for now. And add that guy that I missed. early. Let's do a political effort. And we're going to go towards fascism, I think. Spanish Civil War. We're not going to get a new commander yet. What we're going to do is order these guys to garrison this and train. These guys will be part of a new army, and they will be ordered to garrison that and train. And I'm not worried right now about the Pacific. Just don't see it as being an issue. Far more concerned with surviving here. And if I can't survive here, then I'm going to have to fall back to the Pacific. I really wish I could build factories over here. I can. So let's build some factories over here. And let's max out our rail lines. Let's max out our ports. At least one on each of the big islands. Okay. There we go. This is long-term planning. If I can build this up and turn this into a real bastion, I might be able to do something with it. But if I'm planning on doing this, I mean really doing this, then I have to be willing to sacrifice the fortifications in Europe. Because the fortifications in Europe actually are pretty cheap on the production scale. The only thing cheaper is the air bases. You know what, we'll just stick with it. We'll go with it for now. We'll see what happens. We're playing this by ear. Let's raise 3 more colonial divisions. I will eventually expand the colonial divisions to be 3 times the size that they are, along with some equipment. But right now I need to build up. My manpower pool is really small, but that's volunteer only, which is almost the smallest. Yeah, 1.5% of my population instead of 1%. But going up, I can get more. So, slow and steady, we will get this done. More factories. I can build fighters without it costing me anything extra. I don't want to send my factories overseas. Okay. So obviously I'm not going to go that route. Let's see if I can get a fascist demagogue. And let's go with construction effort for now. There's a part of me sitting here considering the options and thinking maybe I should try declaring war against Germany early. Because if I go to war against them now, when they're weak, now obviously I can't, I'd need to be fascist for that. But if I could go to war with Germany early, knock them out of the war, out of Europe, essentially, and take all of this, It could be quite an accomplishment. I don't think it'll happen though. Let's just let it go. We'll keep that as an option. Though it's a bit of a ridiculous idea. I think. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. For anybody who plays this game, you probably know enough about the history of the war to know that the Netherlands' main defense was actually flooding this region and just trying to cut off the Germans and restrict their access. It didn't really work. The Blitzkrieg style of warfare was too fast. So I'm thinking of actually getting bombers now, the more I look at this, because I have the resources. If I go like this, yeah, I've got the resources, so I might as well start building bombers and try fighting an air war, which is pretty hilarious. I'm going to try and fight an air war against the Germans as Belgium. That's pretty hilarious. Alright, let's support this idea. Let's just support the idea of fighting an air war against Germany. We need to make sure we have maxed out our airfields then. We will continue our industrial efforts, and we will continue preparing these colonial legions, which will go join this army. I have a bomber in reserve! Yay! 40 planes. Woo! I don't have any out, do I? No. I just have 40 planes. Well, let's increase those numbers. "35 factories. Nice. Yeah, see, I'm already maxing that one out. So my production is going to go pretty fast in these airfields. And I may not need 3 airfields at 10. Let's make those 5. That'll give me 1,000 planes in each of these and 2,000 planes here. So I can stage nothing but fighters here in Holland and nothing but bombers on the front. And my bombers will hit as they come in, and my fighters will provide air support. Trade opinion. None of you are useful. Military theorist. I don't need you as much as... You know, we'll grab the military theorist just to get him out of the way. And we'll put the next couple of factories towards fighters and bombers. And now we have fighter 1. Let's also, while we're at it, get artillery researched. I know I'm not going to have the resources for it yet. Christ, I need more aluminum. Okay, where can we get aluminum from? The United States. That'll work. And we're selling off oil, which is good, and we're selling off a ton of rubber, which is good. Okay. Alright, slow and steady we build up. Just to get things started. Because they will build up to this number. So we'll get them building up to that number. Okay. Ah yes, I need to switch to the new tack mode. You know, I might have been better off with close air support. I could switch over. I'm doing that resource gain because I want to bring in more resources from the South Pacific. Because I have aluminum down here, and if I can get more aluminum from down here, then I won't have to import it from the United States, which will give me that factory back and allow me to expand my infrastructure faster. And I need 50 factories if I'm going to get more tech slots. And I really need those tech slots. I think it's 50 factories. Yeah, 50 factories. Our aircraft are building up. We're almost at our first 100 fighters. Since I'm not going to research tanks, because I do not have the materials necessary to build them, very much like I didn't build tanks in the German challenge, I built anti-tanks. So I'm going to build anti-tank here, which will make my infantry that are dug in along this line stronger if I can add anti-tank and tank to them. It's a big if, but if I can make it work, it will definitely be worth it. Okay. So sorely lacking on equipment. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Three unlock slots, develop more regions, maximum 25. So, I'm going to do this, not because I really want civilian factories, which I just think are going to slow me down, but because I need the civilian factories over here to continue fighting. And I'm going to move them up, but I'm going to space them, I'm going to interspace them with my fortresses. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my military factories over here in the Pacific. And that should help in the grand scheme of things. And we'll also do construction too, because that will help me build faster. And the faster I can build, We'll hold off on that. We'll do the science slot. The faster I can build, the faster I can fight back. And we'll do Captain of Industry just to help with those. Because I don't have much else that I can do at the moment that would be more useful. I'm not worried about my navy at the moment. I do need ground. Let's do entrenchment, not because I really want it. I would far prefer something that will maximize the impact of my limited resources, such as the combined arms. But because I fear I am going to be primarily fighting a defensive war, having that entrenchment bonus, especially here with the fortifications that I'm building, will allow me to resist better. My main concern is actually Belgium. What I would like to do is declare war on Belgium, but that is obviously not a choice at the moment. I am not fascist for one thing, and for a second, it could cause problems if the Brits decide to guarantee them when I'm justifying my war goals. Also, I only have 8 divisions here, and the Belgians have 20 plus. Granted, these are probably a mix of colonial divisions and regular, but I can't afford to lose the war. If I go to war with Belgium and I lose it, then I'm just doomed, and the game is over. So, the situation is pretty much balancing on a knife edge, which makes it interesting. Yay, Spain! And fascist... No, the nationalist one? Yeah, the fascist one, yeah. I always get those backwards. I always think nationalist Spain is the communist, but no, Republican Spain is communist. Whatever. Excellent. Those two are ready to head over there. Oh, and I need to drop those out of the queue. Make sure it's only set to produce 1. And then we will add 2 more. Will be trained up as regular divisions, and those will just keep building for as long as we can. But we are running out of manpower, so we'll have to expand our conscription. But numbers are going to matter, and if I can build up enough troops on the border with Belgium, I could possibly go to war with Belgium after all. But still, it's going to be dependent upon actually having enough troops. If I hit hard and fast and cut off their front line here, but they'll see me developing the justification and maneuver to stop me. It's a tricky position. A very tricky position. I'll take the research bonuses towards electronics, and I will expand to limited conscription, and then more resources. We're early for that, so we'll do that. We have the research. Let's give them those. I can't give them the artillery or anti-tank yet because I'm not producing either. Let's drop those and start those. And then I'm going to need tungsten from Portugal and more steel from the US. And then, since I have to, we will give them those to start with. And you guys will get a recon company to start with. Alright. Which is going to require a lot. 1 a week, almost 2 a week, which means we need 150 weeks, which is 3 years just to catch up with our current numbers, and we're trying to expand. Definitely need more infrastructure, or more factories. But I need to balance the need for factories with the lack of resources. This is the real challenge. Managing a tiny, tiny country. Still waiting on this. We'll go with an army effort. Yeah, and I'm almost there. Okay, that's good. We'll hold the referendum, and in a few days we'll probably be fascist. Yes, yes, low manpower. I've already expanded you some. And congratulations, we're your fascist. Alright, you guys join that front. And that should actually pull the Germans off of my border. It has. Let's dump the front line and move it here. And you will develop a war plan for taking Belgium. And we will dump the extra divisions in. And we'll make sure that those get priority. I don't need motorized yet. We're close enough. We'll start this. I just don't have enough production. And I don't have enough resources. Let's see if we can. We can. Second fighter wing. Second bomber wing, which still needs to grow some, but we've got it. And we can do our collectivist ethos. Wonderful. And we're close to our 50 factories. Wow, that was a lot to go through. We're close enough. Let's rush our factories. See if we can't get our production up higher, get our efficiency higher, and try and get these numbers up to 10 a week so that we're less than a year away from having everything we need. Uh, 12 divisions. Do I think it's enough? That's my general. Let's turn off the training so that we'll see how bad it is. Well, he thinks we're stronger. And he'll be even more confident if we actually get all the weapons we need. And we're working on it. We're getting close. Alright. Nationalism, obviously. Let's do an infantry expert. And we'll need more manpower soon. And we'll switch to the bigger gun, which will cost us a fair amount of production, which is terrible, but necessary evil at this point. I need the better weapons. The bigger my guns, the easier it will be for me to push the Belgians back. Now, this is the part that scares me. Okay, so I'm not able to yet. Still, it's the part that scares me. War against Belgium is not going to be easy. Alright, now we need to see if the Brits decide to get involved in this craziness. Not yet, but we have till October to find out. Which is good, because waiting till October is actually going to let me get most of those guns, the artillery and anti-tank that I need. Most of that will be out by October. The other thing I need to give these guys engineer companies. Which means I need more of that. I really don't want to drop my fighter and bomber production, but I'm starting to think I'm going to have to. At least for the moment. Military youth, because why not? Never liked the idea of a military youth. It's a dangerous precedent. Alright, got some factories back. That's a good thing. Germany's doing well for itself. And we've got 4 factions in Europe. Chinese United Front, that's interesting. I've not really paid enough attention over there to the factions this early on. So that's the first time I'm noticing it. Nope. June 39? We'll start researching it. How close are we? Hey, 1.4 per day. Those are good numbers. Alright. 2 a day. 27 a day. We might actually get on track soon. And we're still producing fighters and bombers at an acceptable, if diminished, rate. Our fortifications against the Germans are growing. You know what, I'm going to bump this up because once this factory gets done, I will be producing in 2 sections. Because I'll have, wow, even more factories. Excellent. And that's really what I need right now. I need more production of everything. Alright, we just have to hold on. And the general thinks that we still have the advantage against the Belgians. Let's drop those 2. And let's slow production. Let's put these guys into the air. Let's put those guys into the air. Might as well get our preparations ready now, so that when the time comes, we'll do that. So when the time comes, we're ready. Dutch Reich. Wait, who? Oh yeah, October. It is time. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Yes, I will accept your 7 divisions. And your 2. No, I will not become a part of the Axis. But I will accept your divisions. I will gladly take your troops and let your people bleed for me. Not that I necessarily need it. My general might have been right. You hit there. Then wrap back around. Poland refused the German ultimatum. Poland declared war on Germany. Excellent. Let's take all of it. Done. Alright. The German Reich is justifying against us. Of course they are. Of course they are. But now I've got the front line that I needed. And let's move the fortifications to the top. And let's finish fortifying. We'll move those to the top. I'm not going to have long to do this, but I do now have more factories, so I can get them done faster. And let's get our aircraft back where we need them. Let's get more rifles in queue. And more of that. More of those. We're doing fine here, and soon we're going to have a surplus. Let's get those. Alright, and I need a lot of aluminum France will deliver for now. Did I? I did. I got that. Which means that I have some tungsten coming in. I do. I have 2 tungsten coming in. That is excellent. The Dutch Rick is even more powerful. Excellent. Now let's get to the border and dig in. You and you stop training. Convoys. That's all I want is convoys. Nothing else matters to me. Extra research. Yes. 50 factories. 76. Wow. I'm doing well in the factory, son. I would love to take Luxembourg because that is actually a weak point in my line. But with the Germans... Wait, did they stop? German Reich is fighting an offensive war. They aren't justifying against me anymore. And they're at war with Poland, who, because they started their own faction, won't have the Allies' help. And France is not part of the Allies. But I'm not stupid. My 16 divisions, though they were enough to take Belgium, are not enough to take France. Even if I could ignore the Maginot Line. Even though I can ignore the Maginot Line. I could, however, take Luxembourg, fortify it, and turn it into just another little bit of me. And it would definitely be better than worrying about the territories behind it. But I don't have the manpower. And I need more colonial divisions. We need to edit the colonial divisions. We'll include engineers and artillery. Well, there we go. No, we're gonna leave them alone. We're at war with the German Reich and Slovakia. And Germany's at war with Lithuania. Well, that's craptastic. You two, out of desperation, will have a new army. I will give you a new commander. Your front line is there. 'Cause I said so. And your name is Colonies. And your name is Europe. Alright, the Brits would love to bring me into the Allies. But I said I was going to do this on my own. So goodbye, Britain. Hello, Germany. Since I'm at war with them, let's do this thing. Let's go to war with them. I think this might be foolish. And I need to spread my people out a little. Good. Good. Let's see what happens. This could be a very short war. Or I could advance past my fortifications and delay this war. But right now my goal is to try and push the Germans back from my forts so I can get them built up, and if need be, fall back to my front line. You know what? Your guys are going into there, because I need the manpower. You guys are not getting constructed anymore, and we're going to add a couple more here. We are thankfully doing very well with our equipment. And Luxembourg has capitulated. So, let's change our offensive line to include Luxembourg. The Germans are pushing back. Alright, you guys, your job is to make it here. Okay, you can't make it there. And your job is to go away, because I need the manpower. Neither of you is going to help me. I will have 12 divisions in my colonies, and I will continue to fight. But Poland has capitulated, which means Germany has no reason not to turn on me. And I'm just going to keep adding guys to this line for as long as I possibly can. And you need to be promoted. Welcome to command. And our aircraft are doing okay. I can't obviously provide another fighter. Something. That's fine. No. Yes. Shoot. Okay. This is where we need to redirect our aircraft. We need to keep the homeland secured, and we're going to follow our aircraft back to here. And we'll keep fighting for as long as we can. Well, that was fun. We tried our best. It looks like I just couldn't win fighting against the Germans. On the other hand, I think if I had allied with Germany, I probably would have done really, really well, and we may try that sometime. But for now, that was a loss. It was an interesting one. Until next time, happy wargaming.